Hello and welcome back to JustinTV, a show where we're trying to stay consistent throughout 2025, and so far I'd say we have been. I'm your host Justin, you may also know me as Zwambi, and let's just say right now, 2025 has been a hell of a year to begin with. A lot has happened so far, and there's a lot to talk about. Just to start off, now I don't want to make this a news channel, but as I was scrolling through Twitter today, I guess it's called X, and I'll begrudgingly use that name. I saw two CS content creators just at an event talking, and then all of a sudden they started making out at the end of the clip. Now obviously this did not happen. I wasn't there, so you know I can't just say like, oh, I know for sure that this didn't happen. But AI has advanced to the point now where we're able to just take clips and make people in them do crazy stuff. Now I'm just gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of AI. I think it can be very useful as like a personal assistant. I think it's very cool, and it can definitely help with the workflow, but ChatGPT is kind of taken over classrooms, and that kind of sucks, and it's kind of bad for our next generation. But it's come to a point where you have to adapt to the technology around you. I mean, everyone is using this stuff, and companies are laying off employees just so that they can have AI do it, even if it's shitty. I mean, look at Call of Duty, for example. They're using AI artwork instead of hiring artists. Hell, I mean, if I didn't have other channels that showed me in it, you could just assume that this was AI. This entire channel, all of my videos were just put through ChatGPT and then read out. That is insane that is a possibility in this world. I mean, the AI voices aren't as good to hit the inflections that I can hit, I'd like to think. But soon enough, there's going to be AI that can do this. This job right here. I mean, this is not really a job, it's my hobby. But for some people, content creation is their full-time job. And I think very soon we're going to get to the point where AI can just do it completely by themselves. Now it's going to be slop. I'm not lying there by saying I know it's going to be slop, but give it a few years and it's going to rival some of the best videos you've ever seen. And by a few, probably like 20. Though I think the craziest thing is the biggest social media platform, TikTok, most of those videos in there are AI generated. The scripts, the voices, mostly everything in it. And all they do is they grab like Minecraft parkour, and obviously it's put together by a person, so there's like someone supervising it. But it's very much slop. And yet people are making hundreds of dollars off of just these singular videos. And you know what? I may kind of been insinuating that I hate it, because like, let's be honest, I do hate that type of content, even though I'm addicted to it too. They found their bag, they found the market, they capitalized on it, and it was up to the rest of us to adapt to that. This world is forever changing. No matter what kind of product you're making, no matter what kind of service you're providing, the world is going to change, and there will be times where you will have to adapt. I have a buddy who was pretty big on TikTok, to the point where he was making money off it. Not like, you know, kind of just pocket change, but decent enough money that he wanted to do it over a part-time job. Fast forward to this year, and very soon, in a few days, TikTok is going to get banned in the United States of America. Now, if you don't know, I reside there, he also resides there. And he's very uncertain about his future. To give some more context, he's in his final year of college, and he aspires to be a social media manager. And kind of the problem with that is that he knows TikTok. Everything that he knows about social media is practically all TikTok. Now, I have spoken to him about other algorithms, YouTube for example, and I'll say that I think he has a pretty good head on his shoulders for what makes a good YouTube video, for example. But he's not a master like he was in TikTok, and there's a lot of people that could potentially be viewed as better than him just because they have the experience. Recently, however, our biggest conversation was what will happen when TikTok ends. If you don't remember Vine, which is TikTok's kind of predecessor, I guess spiritually, it shut down, I think around 2017, and the biggest creators from Vine moved over to YouTube. And they were able to adapt and create even larger audiences. This is your Logan Paul. But a lot of the medium to smaller size creators never found footing really anywhere else. And quite frankly, this is because they couldn't adapt what they made in 7 seconds into 8 minutes. You could also argue, you know, they're not going to have as big of an audience that they did on Vine, but they're going to start with one. And that is so big in any sort of content creation field, because especially on social media, you're following snowballs. Everything is exponential. Now, luck does play a big factor in this. I mean, look at my channel. Earlier in the year, even just last year, 2023, I was getting no views on here, but randomly, a stroke of luck, or maybe it just could have been that Black Ops 6 was a bigger game, y'all started fucking with Unk. So, to bring this back to my buddy, he's not a large content creator on TikTok. He's a medium to smaller size content creator. Now, he has an audience on there, which he can definitely bring to YouTube. Not all of it, but a decent size. The biggest problem, though, is that the type of content that he creates on TikTok can't just be brought over one-to-one on YouTube. YouTube Shorts' algorithm is just completely different than TikTok's. TikTok's is amazing for short-form content. I honestly don't know how TikTok does it. It's quite honestly insane. But in order for him to continue what he likes doing, he has to either adapt his content to more longer form or adapt it to more of a YouTube Shorts audience. And that's not easy to just do. That's why he's so afraid. It's his final year of college, and he loves to do content creation, and he really wants to make it his job. So the biggest piece of advice I gave him was that, hey man, no matter where you are in life, no matter what you choose to do, social media manager or being a full-time content creator, you will always have to adapt to the times. Look at car mechanics. Once the electric vehicle was kind of just mass-produced and released into the public, people had to go to the actual dealer, like Tesla, for example. They had to go to the Tesla dealership to get any work done on their car, and they couldn't go to these auto body shops. So instead of just losing that entire piece of the market, these auto body shops decided to adapt their business to be able to do maintenance on these and still get some business from these people. Now, is this a little different to my buddy's situation? Yeah, because he's kind of losing everything. That TikTok is, getting deleted, so all of the work he's built up is just gonna be kind of gone. But like I was saying with Vine, he has an audience, he has people he can bring over to where he wants to go next. He just has to adapt to that platform to continue to grow. He's afraid that he's not gonna have the time to do it after college, but when you're working a full-time job, it's not like you just automatically never have the time to do anything, no matter what type of job you're doing. If it's social media manager, he thinks that it's going to be 100% all the time, but you gotta get paid somehow, right? You're going to have personal time. You're gonna have days off where you can do the things that you want to do to achieve the things that you want to achieve in life. One of the best skills you can learn while you're young is allocating your time properly to achieve the things that you want to do. I have a part-time job. I'm in college. I upload 2 videos a week, one on here and one on one of my other channels, and I manage to get to the gym at least 4 times a week. All the while, I'm making sure I get enough sleep, I'm having my personal relationships that I need in life to be a fulfilled person, and I play Call of Duty, I do live streams, I make content up for those things. There's just time allocation skills that you need, and that's something you have to adapt to in order to do the things that you want to do. Life is not easy, it's forever changing, there's going to be bumps in the roads, and you're going to have to adapt to anything that changes in your life. Your schedule, how the world works, AI and how it's going to affect the market, anything. So if you want to get ahead, you have to adapt. Thanks for watching, boys. I know I rambled a little bit about algorithms of social media sites, but it's something that's always on my mind, stuff I'm interested in, so, I'm gonna end up doing it, right? Anyways, if you ever have any questions, my email's in the description. Just write me a little thing, and I'll talk about it on the show. As always, I hope this video got you thinking. I don't really have an outro for these yet, but, yeah. I'll see you all next week, for sure. We haven't missed a week yet in 2025, and I don't plan to, unless I, of course, don't get any gameplay. But that didn't happen this week, and it won't happen next week, that's for sure. I'll see y'all. Keep it real.